Folks, welcome on back here this Tuesday morning, August 27th. Great to see all of our students here inside our live trading room. We have Wayne, Ray, Grant, Lawrence, had Kathleen just a moment ago, Margaret just a moment ago, Chuck, got Roger, John, got all of us here inside our live trading room. Great to have all of them back. Great to have all of you back on social media otherwise. Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, etc. That is. And that popping up on the lower left. If you are new to our streams, new to our YouTube channel, that being at Cyber Trading You. At the end of this broadcast, we invite you to join us inside our live trading room. But I'll tell you what, the ADXN trade here might be coiling up here for a nice breakout. This stock ended up having a good little move after 7 o'clock in the morning. Some sort of news came out. We'll get into the news, but it ended up leading to a nice little Fausto flag here. And that was pretty much right timed at the 8 o'clock hour, at the 8 o'clock move there. The only thing is that this hasn't really made that big move shortly after just yet. Well, it hasn't made a lower low just yet, at least. So it's hanging in there. There's a chance if it's not going to break lower, then we'll eventually get this pop. So we invite you to join us inside our live trading room at the end of this stream, just to get the full-fledged commentary for the market open. Fausto will be back tomorrow, I believe. He's been on vacation the last week or so in Greece. I think he's actually flying back as I'm talking. So that in mind, maybe he's even tuning in. But with that there, let's go over a couple stocks even from this morning. The ADXN we'll get into, but IVP, and this is what I was afraid of. So, I open up my platform this morning. I always talk to you guys about it this way. It's like where you open up the blinds, you see what's outside your window, what the weather's like. And, like yesterday in the morning, I said, a little murky, a little cloudy, not the greatest weather. It ended up being a decent day. Clouds cleared. But yeah, this morning, it's like even worse. This morning, it's like definitely rainy, definitely ugly out, a little thunder, a little lightning. What I mean by that is there is like very little opportunity out there to day trade this morning. And that's okay. Like, again, we are heading into Labor Day weekend. We are heading into my birthday week, of course, as if everyone knows that. But no, just to say that this is honestly one of the slower weeks of the calendar year, late August, before a major holiday. It's the last time where families are trying to get their vacations in, right? So I wasn't expecting much yesterday. If there's something today that I saw pop, I would have been interested in it. This IVP popped. I was interested in it at first. I didn't get my pullback initially. It broke right below 3, and I just kind of moved away from it. There was a last second hurdle here where it tried to make a move, but from there, as you could see, came right back down. And this is what I was warning everyone just earlier. On the IVP trade, I'd made this call out myself just as soon as this had popped. Rich posting the news shortly afterwards, at least. But I told you, like, hey, this needs to hold over $3 and it needs to hold over 305, that combined support. Otherwise, it's going to tank right back down towards 270, right? I wrote this to you inside our live trading room, timed at 8:38 in the morning. So if it's not going to make that higher low, higher high, at least, I guess it tried here. If it's not going, then you know which way it's going to head. It's not just going to stall out. It's going to crash right back down otherwise. So whatever news was out on this trade, Rich posting it from earlier. IVP is a veterinarian company. I remember last time we traded them, they were talking about just like, or actually last time we traded them, there was off of no specific news, and we learned about this company. It's just that they end up like helping injured animals, injured cats and dogs. I'm like, all right, well, that's a nice company that I would look to follow. Well, the news out this morning, they signed a non-binding LOI, as if I know anything about that, to acquire AI platform Vetsy.ai in an all-stock transaction. No operating capital infusion required for a first fiscal year. Well, I guess that's not as much of a surprise now, even if it's for in an all-stock transaction, because oftentimes when one company buys out another company, public or not, just when one company expends as much to purchase another company, that's typically where you see the stock price fall off immediately. So it had a little pop to begin, but yeah, definitely not as much of a surprise here now. This might end up flipping negative very soon. So I would move away from this IVP trade at this point. There's other stocks out there. Hopefully that will make a pop. Hopefully the weather clears in just a moment. Hopefully you get a few nice moves on the gainers list in just a bit. But that brings me back to the ADXN trade, because outside of IVP, this was like one of the only other ones that I had more of a focal point on heading into this morning. Logged into the trading room at 8:30, and this was already making its move. So wanted to check the news out on this one, at least bring it up in front of you all here. So 8X Therapeutics shares are trading higher after the company and Indivior selected clinical candidates for their GABAB positive allosteric, and a bunch of words I'm starting to mispronounce. The company is eligible for up to 330 million in achievement of milestones and royalties. So that I could certainly pronounce and read. That's a lot of money, at least for a smaller company. ADXN had a good move up this morning already, up 54% just about. Okay, so this thing got whacked over time here, back from 2020 into 22. Huge steep drop, fell down below $5 at one point here, it seems. Again, the stock has been crushed, so it's going to lead to a short squeeze. Typically, once there's news that comes out, you'll see the shorts begin to cover, and us day traders look to capitalize. Us day traders look to buy. But once the buying runs out, once the momentum within that short squeeze runs out, comes right back down, crashes right back down there. So with that, and that's what we've been seeing ultimately on this long-term chart. Now, here's like a nice gap, though. So where you see a big gap, that presents a good opportunity for continuation. The high here on this candle is 1032. So it's definitely well above that already. Right now, this morning, it's trading at 1182 here. So, yeah, I mean, it's already starting to fill the gap. You have as high as 1610 even. Low on this weekly candle is about 14 bucks, but 1610 is the close. So that could be as high as where this may end up. Don't hold your breath waiting for that number, folks. That doesn't mean it's definitely going to do that. We got to see this break a higher high first. But for right now, it ended up already pulling back into that, gap, now support to hold over it. If it does drop again, maybe there is a second chance where this holds as support. You get a pretty good discount for a move back up. Just a thought. So I have no idea, just putting the ADXN trade just on the morning watch list here heading into the open. I didn't have my list typed out already. I normally have that typed out. Sorry. So the ADXN, again, we'll keep on our list. We'll put on our list for the morning as long as it's making higher lows. There's the prospect of a higher high later on. So IVP, ADXN, pretty good. Let's run the scan again, see if there's anything else that made a pop since we started this meeting. It's already 9:08 in the morning. The trip trade. See, there's a lot that looks like this. There's a lot that is just drooping down. Had a little pop at the crack of dawn or even earlier. Getting my REM sleep at 4 a.m. Yeah, this thing is going nowhere but down now at this point. Same with this one, SMFL. This one we're familiar with because, well, it's a pop and drop stock. Look at all the times where it popped up for us intraday. It came right back down, long up wicks, big red bodies here. So, this stock is certainly just a day trade at that. History often repeats itself. Is it possible for this to come back up again? Maybe. I'll come back to it by the end of this meeting if you want me to. I want something trending up. I want something moving better, right? To you, at least it's moving up. At least it's something there, right? Little move up since 8 o'clock in the morning, topped off at pre-market high off of 210 roughly. Now it's getting a little spotty. Now it's getting a little inactive here right now. It's got a good book, got a good spread, and an iceberg on the buy side, actually. That's pretty decent. All right, so where we don't have much to work with, I guess this kind of makes the cut. See if there's anything better, though. Telling you, it's not a great morning so far in terms of pre-market. Always subject to change. That is always subject to change. Every day you walk outside, the weather could always change hours later, right? So right now, it's a little rainy out here in the stock market. Market's not even down that much anyway, but it's just to say lack of activity. JD, this actually recovering quite a bit from the drop it had yesterday. I know this was in sympathy with Pinduo. PDD got smacked around yesterday. They're actually still down this morning. They might even come back on our watch list again today, just with this pulling back towards the lows. There might be more to it on the way down here even. And if not, then it's down so much percentage-wise that this stock could be due for a more prime bounce if it fails to break lower. So, I just want to bring that up. But JD was going with it in sympathy yesterday morning. Obviously not so much now. So what's the news? Did we get any news out on JD.com? This is a legacy stock for a lot of our students that were with me back in 2014, 2015. You certainly are familiar with this trade. They plan a $5 billion repurchase program. That is a lot of dough. Okay, so with that in mind, yeah, that's a pretty good news headline that came out. It's already up 3.5%. If it was up even more, that would be even better. But you know what? I'll add it. Interesting trade, right? Coming off news, a catalyst. $5 billion. That's a lot of cash for a buyback, especially for, I feel like, JD. All right, hopping over to the losers list. Get like the pot stocks, I think, down big today. MSOS, MSOX, I think that's like all the pot stocks there. So I don't know. Is Tilray down a lot? Down like 3%. CGC is down 5%. Aurora down 4.5%. They're not really great shorts. Just wanted to check them out. Loom, this stock was a former runner for us in the past. My guess here would be common stock offering. I'm just going to shoot from the hip and have a little fun here, just see what the news is at on the stock. We're not going to trade it. No, not common stock offering. Looks like a firm announced a short report. They're short shares of the company, issues a report on the company titled "Ain't Gonna Fix This Mess," as in AI ain't gonna fix this mess. I like that. Very punny, right? Leda, I think that you'd be happy with that one. So, at least for right now, Loom, it's actually shortable. Wow. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's nice. This stock is actually easy to borrow. I thought I was just assuming it was hard to borrow. That's what happens when you assume you make an ass out of yourself, then the ump will shun you right out the door. So with that, yeah, Loom, I'll put on our watch list as a short. That's a little Will Smith reference right there. Now with that there, let's see if there's anything else looking like Loom as a short. That could be a good drop off here. Hims, pretty good drop there. And we'll jump right back to Benzinga Pro. Find folks from Benzinga Pro just to check out the news on Hims. I don't have anything. Nothing from this morning, at least on Hims. Nah. I mean, it's dropping off a lot, right? Down over 6 to and nearly 7%. So I'll add it as well. Potential short here as well here on Hims. Bitcoin stuff here on the losers list, not down a whole lot, but a little drop off. Oil, that's been dropping. All right. So, folks, let me know if there's anything else looking good on the gainer side here. If you're a student inside our live trading room, I'll come to you first. If there's anything else that you see, let me know and we'll jump around. I'm saying ADXN starting to pop. There we go. There we go. Hopefully not too much without me here before the market opens. I'm not in this trade, of course, and hopefully it doesn't run up too much without me now. But it broke out higher here. It's exactly what we were looking for, so we'll take it, right? Again, normally by 9:10, 9:15 in the morning, we should be getting out of our pre-market trades for the market open, not just allow the stock a chance to breathe and relax, but, how about you allow yourself a chance to breathe and relax, recalibrate your levels for other trades going into the open. So, it's nice to see at least. John, LOI, letter of intent. There we go. Larry, one of our new students here, EVTV, released good news this morning. It did a pop and drop. Yeah, the drop part I'm not a fan of, right? We got to have good direction. So that's where a lot of what's on the gainers list already looks like this. It's already washed up. It's already dead. Volume totally died off. That's what gets people crushed in pre-market because they jump into a stock just because it's going up. And that's horrific strategy. You're just purely gambling if you're doing that. And, that's where, you can't set a stop order, right? In pre-market, imagine holding on to this thing as it comes screaming down. So, that's the danger. For stocks that look like this now at this point, we have zero, and I mean zero business to do with them going into the market open. And I say it that way because, hey, time is money, right? Our most valuable asset is attention and time. We got to make sure that we're more focused on other moving stocks at this stage, at least. Did I take a look at Tesla? I did not there, Sabina. I'll definitely take a look. More name brand stock, of course, but, we'll obviously look at it when it's moving and, it's still pulling back a bit towards yesterday's lows. I would say probably a lot of trades, nothing too special about it. NVDA, we're more focused on this week only because we got earnings coming out, right? We got earnings on Wednesday after the close. I got my earnings calendar here as my desktop background. So NVIDIA after the close will be interesting, but otherwise, unless if a stock is up or down a lot, percentage-wise, we're not going to be as focused on it right away. Of course, if Tesla does make some sort of squeeze back up, nice pop at the open, we'll check it out. And if there's more to it, then we'll definitely provide it more attention, right? But, there's a lot that kind of looks like this, I'd say, at this point going into the open. Larry saying, did you look at 10H just a penny? Well, that's something we definitely don't trade. We definitely don't want to trade these stocks below $1. Not as if this is a penny stock. Listen, this is a NASDAQ national stock. But normally stocks below $1 don't make as concise or consistent of a good move. So there's news that came out on this trade. Nice little move up so far. But if this was much closer to $1, I would give it the light of day, because the thing is that when this stock breaks over the $1 threshold, that's where it pops up not just on my scanner, but it pops up on millions of other people's scanners. Not everyone's trading the less expensive, the inexpensive stocks like below $1. So when it breaks over that dollar threshold, imagine how many more eyeballs can start following it. That's also part of the psychology behind that. But for right now, nice little move. I always say this, right? If someone makes a call out and I say, it's not something we're going to focus on here. If you are in it, I'll break out the pom poms. You know what I mean? I will be your biggest cheerleader. I'm rooting everyone on, but I just want to start off on a more concise list here. The ADXN, obviously, even that JD trade off the 5 billion repurchase program again that they did. The ASST, a little bit. I mean, it's hanging in there still. It's trying to make a higher low perhaps from yesterday. It's on our side list. It's on our side list going into the open. It's very possible that this can make another move, but for right now, I'll just start off with the others, right? Anything else looking good? Anything else possible? Ron W on Sox S. Yeah, I mean, that's been going up a little bit with the market drooping back down. So, another side list ticker, it's looking good, right? It looks good, smells good with the market drop. If you're already in, especially off the breakout from yesterday's highs, that's a very clean entry here and rooting you on. But if it's not up or down like 5%, I'm just going to kind of put it on the side list, at least for now, right? All right, so let's check out Benzinga before we wrap. Ooh, here's one. Trading 541,000 shares so far. If it was trading more, even better. But it's apparently up like 18 to 19%. What does this chart look like? I don't know. Vox, little pop up right now, little drop back down right now. Let's see if there's any news out on it. And in the meantime, folks, on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, etc., just be sure to follow us on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, etc., at Cyber Trading U. And if you're interested in joining us inside our live trading room, you can see a couple students right now, Rob and Bobby. Great to see you both actually normally inside our live trading room. Well, for them and others, if you wanted to join us coming up for the market open this whole day, this whole week ahead, get Fausto back tomorrow, I believe. Scan that QR code with your phone, with your camera, get you access to a week-long trial. There's no news out on this Vox trade, though. An announcement of changes to its board of directors back on the 13th of this month. Oh, no, shoot. There's something here. I just assumed this wasn't it. GNTX. All right, so GNTX company submitted a prelim non-binding proposal to Vox, I guess for a buyout, right? They submitted a preliminary non-binding proposal. So let me ask you, with that type of headline, is that officially a buyout? Is that an official buyout, folks? They submitted a proposal. Is that official? It's not official unless it's on Facebook. Come on. I'm kidding. It's to say, though, at least that, no, it's not official, right? It's buy the rumor, sell the news type of deal, right? So, it's possible that this could build support. It's possible for this to move back up. So for now, I'll put it on our list with that in mind, possible build of support, possible buy the rumor, sell the news type deal. All right. It's like social media. If you're in a relationship, you could jump into a relationship with someone. Once it's Facebook official, that's kind of the deal. And that was a joke there. But with that in mind, folks, finish up. Hey, join us inside our live trading room coming up. The market's about to open just about 10, 11 minutes from right now. I want to make sure our students like John, Brad, Kathleen, Wayne, Allen, Sabina, Ron, all of us otherwise are prepped up, ready to go heading into the market open, as well as myself. So with that in mind, I'm going to post a watch list here. No delay on that. So we'll always post the watch list here right as we finish up. Go. All right, folks. Best of luck trading going into the market open. We'll be back on in here